In 1995, a group of individuals in Huntsville got together because there was a void in the political structure of the city of Huntsville and Madison County.
At that time, the Chamber of Commerce had decided it did not want to be a political body. It was a business development body, but it didn't have a political arm, and I guess still doesn't have a political arm. And so the business community generally in Huntsville didn't have a voice in political matters.
It was a group of young men who wanted to do better and realized this could be a really nice town if we could do a few things. I think we wanted to see cooperative government. Cooperative government meaning city council and school board, both were having problems. We wanted to have a good school system and one that taught all the kids very well. And we'd like to have a sense of need of economic development, get out of the way of those who are trying to make it go. I think that's what got us off the ground.
So there was a really need to bring political activity, community activity, and leader business activity together. And the concept was created that maybe a small group of leaders, kind of self-selected, funding themselves without any external funds, setting their dues fairly high so you had the money to do things, but at the same time setting it high enough so that you were serious if you joined and came. And it came together spontaneously.
There was nobody else to do those kind of things. The chamber couldn't do it. The political parties didn't do it. And we really found a void that we filled.
All things change, all things remain the same. But the basic question is, it's politics, it's influence, it's lobbying, it's working for what you want. You have skin in the game, you pushing, and when you elect good political officials, then you'll get good government.
It works. We're not seeking publicity, we're not seeking accomplishments, but we're trying to thrive and get done. And I think the biggest accomplishment is that we're still doing it.
I enjoyed being a part of this Committee of 100. I've always enjoyed knowing what's happening in the community. This was a way to do it. And I think getting to know one of the things, these young professionals, bringing them in.
Well, I think the young professional arm of the Committee 100 is important because I feel it's a great step up to becoming a better leader, to becoming more educated in the way things work, to becoming more civically minded, and becoming more involved in a lot of issues and a lot of organizations that I don't know if you can get your foot in the door without it. I think that you have the ability to work with people that can mentor you to be better leaders, to be more educated, and also to get involved. I think it's a lot easier to get involved through the Committee 100 just because of the people you get to rub shoulders with.
I was a state senator for 8 years, and being part of the Committee 100 and the missions that it had and the people and contacts that it provided was a nice foundation for me.
You asked me for advice for the future, and I don't think I have any. I hope that the committee would be able to be mobile enough to adapt itself to whatever the challenges of the day are. Not to have a set plan to run, a route to run, but to be able to turn on a dime and take care of the issues as they occur. I think that's the way we've always done it.
I think the main thing to do is continue to diversify the group, continue to diversify the activities, and make sure that you keep people energized that have been in the Committee 100 Young Professionals for a few years. I know some of the things you have to do every year. You have to have meetings, you have to show them the city council meetings, the county commission meetings. You have to go through a lot of the basics because we want everybody to be on an even keel and an even level regarding knowledge. But I think that it is important to make sure that we do some new things and some things that are kind of off the cuff to make sure that we keep our older members of the Young Professional Organization energized and involved.
I think the biggest thing would be to take each year at a time, focus on the issues that come up for that year. Don't try to look too far ahead because the real issues have to be dealt with as they arise. You can have some long-term projects, but our flexibility and our diversity, our ability to try to take issues that develop quickly. I think that's being agile, that's that's a good ball game plan. And I think that needs to be the primary focus.
I think the 50 people that are in there right now, and the young professionals are the 50 biggest and brightest here in Madison County. We've got to continue to make sure that continues to be a group of power that has a voice not only at the table of the Committee 100, but also in this community. And I think it'll continue, because if you keep making sure they know what they're talking about, they obviously have a good voice, and they're going to be able to use it.
I think it's going to continue to grow. It's a great organization, and if you don't get involved in it, you're losing out. You're going to get out of it what you put in it.
Huntsville doesn't have a prosperous future only because of the Committee 100, but the Committee 100 certainly has played a part in providing the foundation for that growth.